This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
You should celebrate yourself every day, but some days you should celebrate with jewelry. Whether you want to commemorate an unforgettable moment or just bring some added sparkle to your collection, Blue Nile can offer you expert guidance and a wide assortment of jewelry of the highest quality at the best price. Go to BlueNile.com today and experience the ease and convenience of shopping Blue Nile, the original online jeweler since 1999. That's BlueNile.com. BlueNile.com.
Welcome back to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends gain new insights while torturing each other with fictional scenarios.
Stack ourselves with the clinches out. Shout it from the rooftop, can you hear the sound? Yeah. Live your best life, love it out loud. Love it out loud.
Ooh, HBs, it's time for a rousing game of Would You Rather, inspired by our reading this year. Yesterday was part 1 of our 7th Podiversary celebration, so make sure to listen to that for Kink Watch, Hard Limits Watch, Rabbit Hole Watch, and so much more. Today, in addition to Would You Rathers, Sabrina and I each give you a quickie of some bonus reading we've been doing lately. Here we go. Sabrina, bum bum bum.
Bum, 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 bum. I think
Are
your
you ready?
secret superpower, Mel, is coming up with Would You Rathers.
I agree.
You are so fucking good at them. Some
Okay.
of these are rough.
These, listener, are all scenarios that have come out of the books we read in the last fiscal year,
Yep.
and we are going to present them to you now with our commentary.
Also, we would love to hear your answers.
Please
Feel free
tell
to
us everything.
let us know what your answers would be to these Would You Rathers, because like
Yeah.
I said, some of these are bad.
Rough.
There's no such thing as a good answer here.
All right, Sabrina, would you rather have to piece together individual scraps of paper that are your crush's responses to your text messages from the last 3 months? Or would you prefer to make sense of body parts strung up on a masterful web of string to figure out what it all means?
I'm so squeamish, right? So, like, I don't want the body parts, but also the idea of trying to figure out the fucking scrolls
I know.
text message thing is awful.
I know. Especially since that has to, like, do directly with your romantic relationship and not necessarily just somebody else's murder. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. I think I'm going to go with the body parts in the web just because I have ArcGIS.
That's what I was going to say. You should definitely go for that one because you have experience in the subject.
I might actually be able, hard might. That would be the Sherlock Holmes of the century. But, yeah, I'm going with body parts.
All right. I would rather do the scraps of paper simply because it seems like
God.
less math,
Ugh,
you know?
hives. I couldn't. How many okays? Mm-mm.
All right, Sabrina, would you rather experience...
Pussy.
Oh.
Post-apocalyptic pussy.
This is the hard thing. I can't ambush you with would you rathers like I did last year.
No,
And that was fun for me.
It was, but like, I will let you keep sharing them. I don't remember them, right? It's just I don't even have to read this one to remember my answer. Continue. I'll let you finish for listeners' sake.
Okay. Would you rather experience post-apocalyptic pussy in sweaty leather pants, or
Post-apocalyptic pussy.
agree to use pond scum as lubricant only to have to save your Navy SEAL boyfriend from drowning through his orgasm?
My Navy SEAL boyfriend is dying.
Fair enough.
What's your answer? I honestly don't know your answer to this.
Post-apocalyptic pussy.
Oh, okay.
I don't have sex in water, period, the end. It sucks.
Sorry, Blue. You're dead.
Penetrative sex, I mean.
Oh yeah, I do have, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, she will use pond scum any day of the week.
That's not a hypothetical. That is a hard limit. That should be added to hard limits as pond scum lubricant.
Who knows?
All right, Mel, would you rather meet a crazy-eyed stalker who's super devoted to your happiness only to find out that you ruined his entire life with a offhand and erroneously directed Christmas wish? Which, listener, if you have not read, listen to that episode.
And watch the movie. That was fun.
Oh, boy. Or would you rather forget the best night of your life with the kismet love of your life because you've been black bag kidnapped by a secret black ops organization? So, see, the challenge here is one affects you.
Yeah.
And the other affects another person. So, really, this is a moral dilemma.
Let's be real. The other one affects you, too. But
I mean,
I have to go with being black bagged because in the right circumstances, I think I could be a badass. And that would certainly give me an alchemy to give it a try, you know?
I think I would.
She's going to ruin that stranger. Ooh, she's ruining them. Look at her. Look at her face.
I think that.
Do it. She's going to take that man's life and she's going to stomp on it.
I think I'm just ruining that man's life. Because this is the problem, is I don't like either of them, but this is more a moral dilemma more than it is a me dilemma. You know what I mean? And so, and the moral dilemma is I'm selfish.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, Sabrina, would you rather fall in love because you've Pavlov's dogged yourself by hanging boudoir photos of your best friends right above your bed? Or would you rather fall in love because you climbed a ladder when nobody was holding the bottom, even the useless city girl you'll eventually fall in love with?
Ladder.
You would choose the ladder?
So, this is by necessity.
I have to look into your brain for this one.
I am on the aromantic spectrum. Which means I'm already a set, like, by default, I'm all, like, I literally just had a conversation how I'm essentially, like, already mentally in a relationship with all of my best friends. It's not actually a relationship, but, like, by default. Like, I can't do monogamous relationships by default, just because by any monogamous definition, I am already cheating on my partner because of the mental and emotional connection that I have with all of my best friends. I don't need my best friend. I don't need to turn my best friends into sexual beings above my bed because I'm already in love with them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have no choice. I read this earlier and I was like, God damn it. I have to choose the unsupported, useless ladder city girl.
Yeah.
What
Wow.
about you? I'm guessing you're Pavlov.
I gotta go with Pavlov hard.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get Pavloved every day of the week in this case.
Okay. Yeah. I was angry at you, frankly, about that. Would you?
I did really come for your jugular on that one.
You really did. Mel.
Yes.
Would you rather be kidnapped by a glow-in-the-dark murder merman into the cold depths of the ocean?
Oh, God.
Or would you rather be kidnapped by your unfeeling mother into dragon murder school?
Oh, shit.
This one's also heinous.
This is the worst.
Because I would die at dragon murder school immediately. But also, I would die getting pulled into the dark depths. Because really, basically what you're asking me here is, how would you rather die? I think I'm dying by merman. Heart attack. I think I would die by heart. I would rather die by heart attack than falling off the parapet.
Okay, fair enough.
Because at least I can get fucked before I die in the ocean. I can get double dick donged down before.
Can you though? Because I feel like you're dying on the journey there. You know?
We wouldn't even make it out of. We wouldn't even make it to the depths before I was like touching on that seam. Like, I'm about to die. I'm about to die, buddy. So like, I need you to make my last dying wish come true. Thank you.
I'm all about it.
Yep.
Okay. I would absolutely, no hesitation whatsoever, I would choose Dragon Murder School. Because I refuse to have penetrative sex in any body of water. And also because I hate the cold. And at the very least, Dragon Murder School is warm.
Okay. You know what?
That's it.
It's real warm when those dragons decide that you're annoying.
It's really
but anyway.
True. And meanwhile, I'm terrible at speed. Like, I don't like Black Diamond downhill skiing. And so, like, the idea of flying on a huge dragon at warp speeds, because that's the only speed they go, is like nutter butters to me.
See, the way I'm viewing this is I just would never make it to the you know what I mean? Like, I
would like to give myself a tiny bit of credit. I don't deserve it, I don't think. But in the small chance I get there, it's at least warm. All right.
Did I tell you the story about church camp getting stuck at the top of the thing? Yeah, this is why I wouldn't even like.
Yep.
I wouldn't even
before then.
I wouldn't even get to experience vicarious dragon horny. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even make it there. Like, and that's the thing. That's the thing that kills me is I think that I would kill with a dragon. I think the dragons would love me.
Okay.
If I made it there, but I would never make it there, right? Like, if we're just looking at this from a purely survival standpoint, the dragon, oh man, I'd kill with the dragons. Those dragons would fucking, oh man.
Why?
They, oh my God, I would be so deferential.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would immediately become a submissive.
I would not be calling any of these wussy weenie baby dragons. You know what I mean? Like, these dragons would be like, this human is so respectful.
This human is worshiping me.
It smells a little like pee, but I can look look beyond that because it's so that's not true. I wouldn't pee myself. I think I would kill with dragons, but I would not make it to dragons
because of that parapet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, Sabrina, would you rather trip and fall and throw fish tacos all over yourself on national television? Or would you rather have your incel BFF touch your face constantly? I'm so glad you got this one.
So, if there's one thing I've learned in the year that I've been on podcast, it's that one of the nice things about being completely a nobody is that there's no record of the stupid shit that I've done, the stupid shit that I've said, the weird faces I've made, how I looked that one Tuesday night. You know, like there's no record of all of that. All of like I have enough of a playback in my head when I'm trying to fall asleep of all the horrible, embarrassing things I've ever done in my life. So the thought of this fish tacos thing makes every sphincter in me clench, shrivel, and die. But I would still choose that over Dane, my incel best friend forever, touching my face constantly. Don't touch my face. As I'm touching my face right now, don't fucking touch my face. And partly the reason I say that is I have a Vesuvius coming up on my face right now.
Do you?
Oh, it's so bad. But, Dane, you would give me second acne puberty.
Yeah.
Touching my face constantly like
don't
that.
Don't add your oils to my oils, Dane.
Don't touch my face unless it is a forehead kiss.
Okay.
Or a cup before a smooch.
Yeah.
Or
A chin chuck. You love a chin chuck.
Oh, I do love a chin chuck. Oh, why is that not on Kink Watch? Jesus,
shit.
I love a chin chuck. I literally made a note in a book the other day where I was like, oh man, they fucking chin chucked her.
Did I forget to put the microtrope on your kink, or did you remove it?
Forgot. What microtrope?
I swear to God, I added to your kink at
The
some
falling...
point. Yes.
I remember reading you talk about that somewhere.
Where did it go?
I don't know. I didn't delete it.
That should be in your kinks, I think. You can confirm or deny.
Hey, we're gonna adding.
You're gonna add a
mid
chin chuck.
episode a chin chuck, and then the microtrope of tackling somebody and then spinning so you land on them instead of the hard ground.
They take the brunt of the fall.
There's no concise way to describe that, but
no.
Oh boy, when it happens. Oh boy, when it happens. All right, Mel, fish tacos are incel best friend.
Oh, I'm going straight down the yellow brick road with you on this one.
Okay, yeah.
It's fish tacos all the way.
Glad that we are both anti, and until recently, you were anti-forehead kiss too.
Oh shit, I actually should correct. That is Podiversary territory. Because, listener, I was wrong.
Mel had a realization. I got a voice message about it.
Yeah. It was super weird timing, too, because I swear to God, he has not done it, I don't think, in the history of our relationship. And then, after we recorded, the episode wasn't even out yet. But also, like, for the record, he does not listen. After we recorded... What?
I have something to tell you, Mel. This is also Podiversary important. Continue.
Okay, so this is Corrections Corner. After we recorded that I hate a forehead kiss in any situation whatsoever, period, the end, don't treat me like a child. I'm not wearing a onesie right now, and I will not have you treat me like that. Michael, like, one morning I was really drowsy and he came over and made like a ridiculous and hilarious, like, sexually related joke or whatever. And then afterwards, he kissed me on the forehead and I melted as he left the room. And then later on, there was another time he just randomly out of nowhere gave me a forehead kiss and I was like, oh my God.
Vindication!
Truly. How did he know? What's in the water?
I am cackling, Mel. I've told you before
that
people finding out that I have a romance novel podcast is either they run screaming.
Yes.
They shame me, or they just kind of shoulder shrug and move on. They don't listen 99 times out of 100. They haven't told me about it. I told somebody about the podcast the other day, and less than a couple of hours later, I get a message saying, I wasn't expecting that. And I was like, what are you talking about?
No.
And they were like, I started listening to your podcast. And I was like, shit, what are you listening to?
Which one?
It was The King, the beginning of The King. And I was like,
okay, that's not bad.
That's exactly my thought.
Uh-oh.
That was exactly my thought. I was like, that's not that bad. And I was curious, so I went and listened, and I was like, that's a very tame episode.
Yeah.
And then I realized that it's only tame because we are who we are.
Because we're us.
We're us. And then I was listening to it from just a complete novices, outsider,
yeah.
Like not a romance reader, no smut, no like anything. And he was basically like, it wasn't bonkers, it was just graphic. And I was like,
oh my God,
see that.
I accidentally told a couple of missionaries about the podcast the other day.
Love that.
Yeah, these two
Are you ready for an educational experience, my friend?
Yeah. I don't even know what denomination they were. I think they might have been Jehovah's Witnesses, but they came to the door.
Heard the term, sir? Squelching pussy juice?
They came to the door and they were dapper as fuck, okay?
They always are.
They're so dapper. But like this was even like in a like almost like a college professor Tweety newsboy kind of way, you know?
I read that book.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had this very novel approach, and they were like, if you could spend your time doing, because I didn't even know they were religious at this point, okay? They just knocked on my door. They could have been solar panel people, who knows? And so they're like, if you could spend the rest of your days doing anything that you wanted, what would you do? And I was like, I would read romance novels, I would garden, and I would probably still do my podcast for sure. They were like, oh, what's your podcast about? And I was like, I really... romance novels. They're about romance novels. And I always, for strangers, I'm always like, and they're very inappropriate. The episodes are very inappropriate. So like, be warned. I'm letting you know now.
Yeah, well, I've learned now. I will be sure to essentially give a disclaimer. You know what I mean? Where it just never crossed my mind because they've never actually listened. And so I'm from here on out, I'll be like, if you only listen if you're ready to hear some things come out of my mouth.
And then the one of the guys was like, what's the name? And a lot of people don't even ask that, right? Because like everybody and their goldfish has a fucking podcast.
They came to convert you and you converted them.
I don't know. They haven't come back yet. They said they were going to come back and I was gone that day. So I don't know whether or not they did. But one of the guys said, I'll come back with my wife. And I was like, you know what? We'll see, bud. Okay? We'll see.
I love this so much. Do we need to start going door to door, Melody? I can get dapper. Yes. I can get dapper. I'll show up in my little button down tweed elbow patch life and be like,
yes.
Would you like to hear about squelching pussy juices?
The gospel of smut? Yeah.
Getting engaged can be stressful. Getting the right ring won't be at BlueNile.com. The jewelers at BlueNile.com have sparkle down to a science with beautiful lab-grown diamonds worthy of your most brilliant moments. Their lab-grown diamonds are independently graded and guaranteed identical to natural diamonds and ready to ship to your door. Get $50 off your purchase of $500 or more with code POD at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com, code POD for $50 off.
Introducing Instagram teen accounts. A new way to keep your teen safer as they grow. Like making sure they always have their seatbelt on.
All right, sweetie pie, buckle up. Good job.
Or ring the bell on their bike.
Okay, kid, give it a try. Nice.
Or remember their elbow pads.
Knees too, okay? Yep. There you go.
New Instagram teen accounts. Automatic protections for who can contact your teen and the content they can see.
New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. From fresh kicks to perfect gifts, there's always a find.
Levi's, Page, Frame, all the best denim.
Why do I rack? Because check out these boots. I always score at Rack.
Head to your Nordstrom Rack store to find amazing deals on all things winter. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo, you put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor, because you know the bigger the fight, the better the reward. Modelo, the mark of the fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
All right, so we were both on fish tacos.
Oh, yeah, your turn.
Mel, would you rather jerk off while looking at grainy surveillance images of your crush? Or orgasm because your mind-melded dragon is having soulmate sex?
And like orgasm in front of your crush because your dragon.
And you would be so hyper aware that it was not your own. Right, this is your dragon's orgasm.
Yes.
By proxy.
It's third party cum, okay? I don't know about that.
That's my pick.
Here's the thing. I'm actually going with dragons because the situation in which that character was jerking off to grainy surveillance video is because he couldn't find her for months on end. And I don't want to be without my crush for months on end. So I gotta do awkward dragon orgasm.
I don't even have that reasoning.
Oh, no?
My answer is just by proxy orgasm.
It's very straightforward on Sabrina's end.
Yeah, I had no problem deciding on this one. I was like, hell yeah.
All right, cool.
I just want to, like, yeah.
Sabrina, would you rather?
Honestly, I'm so fucking awkward that this is a great segue into being like, hey, man, I also like you. Do you want to fuck? We can just get it out of our system. You know?
Do you want to feel this, but together and wet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
moist.
Got a nice little place for you to tuck that.
Stop it right now!
I was not expecting that kind of reaction to that. That felt very on brand for heaving bosoms, for me at least.
I don't know. That really hit me sideways for some reason. All right, Sabrina, would you rather lose your maidenhead in a bathtub of enemy spy territory to a man who captured, drugged, abandoned, and then traveled with you for 4 days under a not-so-false identity?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you rather lose your maidenhead on the floor of a cold and flooded cave without fully understanding that you're married to society's most notorious villain now?
Bathtub, because the other one sounds like a recipe for cave scum lubricant. And I'm just as not interested in cave scum lubricant as I am pond scum lubricant. What's your answer?
My answer is cave floor, because there actually was no water around, and it is her favorite place on the planet, and they got to snuggle all night to stay warm. That's my choice.
Fair. All right, Mel. Would you rather be dry humped in a cornfield by the scariest mafia guy in front of his colleagues while wearing only a silk robe? Or would you rather be dry humped in a muddy field by the king of all werewolves while he snarls and calls you a slutty leech?
I think I gotta go with the king of all werewolves.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is cornfield because, again, I'm a little nervous about where that mud is going.
It says dry humping, Sabrina. Dry humping.
Hey, it's a fine line between a dry hump and a wet hump, you know?
No, you're right. A dry hump, as we have elucidated on the podcast, is a prelude to a wet hump.
Yes, yes, there was literally an embrace about it. Like, it's really, because, like, to be clear, when I was reading that book and, like, they didn't fuck in that muddy field, I was like, I am a slutty leech. And we would have fucked in that field. You know what I mean?
That's fair. All right, Sabrina, would you rather figure out the post-apocalyptic barter system in the Outlaws series, or figure out money laundering?
So originally my answer was money laundering, and then you read me RuPaul's version of explaining money laundering, and I think it might be a post-apocalyptic barter system now, because I think I would be better at that.
Okay, fair enough.
To be clear, I wouldn't be good at it, so I would actually die because I can't barter.
Okay.
The last time I haggled with somebody, I paid more. So, in fact, every time I've haggled with somebody, I've ended up paying more.
Oh my God.
Than we started at. So,
okay.
I would die without a protector, but I feel like I'm enough of a slutty leech that I could find.
You make it for a little while.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listener, I'm so sorry. I'm coming off of a cold, and so I have an especially wheezy laugh today, and I am going to try my best to edit out as much of it as possible, but like for the times I don't, I'm sorry. That's my okay, there we go. I would also choose barter system,
that
not
doesn't shock
because
anybody.
Whoa. Not because it's impossible for me to figure out money laundering, okay? Not because of that. Because the outlaw barter system often involves flowers and sexual favors. And that's really more my speed.
You didn't have to explain anything.
No, but it's not because
knew.
Couldn't. Because I could, probably, at some point. I could. With enough RuPaul explanations.
You know
but
what?
I'm just going to stick with flowers and sexual favors.
This is a manifestation podcast. And we do support everyone's wild dream.
There we go.
Mel, would you rather cut off your own hand to free yourself and save your love only to find out your love had the key to the handcuffs the entire time?
Oh shit, that was mean of me. That's a Patreon episode. I'm sorry, everybody.
I did recognize that, but I'm the one who I'm the one who already mentioned Deadpool baby hand, so
that's fair.
Would you rather do that or chew off your own leg to find your fated mate only to find out that she's the same ilk as your worst enemy? And you spend the rest of the book with a Deadpool baby leg. So really the question here is, would you rather have a Deadpool baby hand or a Deadpool baby leg?
I would have to go with the hand. A hand all the way. No hesitation whatsoever. What is your answer? And then I'll tell you why. Yeah, then I'll tell you why. Tell me your answer.
Well, I'm conflicted.
Okay.
Right? I can't play Sudoku with a Deadpool baby hand.
That is your new hyperfocus obsession.
I've always loved Sudoku. And actually, that's not true. I could play it with one hand. But what I'm actually thinking is it would be really hard to masturbate. But I wasn't necessarily going to make that my number one reason. You know, fuck it. It is my number one reason. I live alone.
Yeah. Live your truth, Sabrina.
But the other problem is that, again, I live alone. So only one leg would make things very challenging as well. So really the question is, how mobile do I want to be versus how easily do I want to jack off? And that's a hard question to answer. I think I'm going with Deadpool baby leg.
Okay.
Because when we bring in the other factors of this, if I found out that I chewed off my goddamn hand or ripped it off or whatever the fuck I did, sawed it off.
Axed it off.
And then I found out somebody had the fucking key. The level of rage.
He was pretty mad.
And you know what? Valid.
Fair.
I would kill my fated mate. Ghost or not. I don't give a shit. Although I guess my fated mate being there means that the masturbation thing probably wouldn't be an issue.
There you go. That's true.
Yeah, you know
Although
what? That's your penance
at that point.
No, that's your. She's got telekinesis. She can make shit happen.
Oh, there we go.
I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind because you know what? Your penance for me chopping off my hand is you're in charge of all these orgasms on command. Thank you. And I can walk. Yep, that's my answer. What was your reasoning? I'm very, very intrigued.
My reasoning is, first of all, it's a clean lop. You know, when you're chewing off your own leg, that is a repetitive commitment.
Squeamish.
Yeah,
that might be hard.
You really gotta, and like getting through the bone with your teeth and stuff. Like he is a werewolf. Don't get me wrong. It is easier for him, but still. And then the other reason. That might have been the only reason. Oh, and because hands are smaller. And so I think that they might regenerate faster. They are more complicated, though. Although feet are very complicated. I don't know. I think I'm just going hand.
Oh, I already don't like looking at my feet as they are now. I don't think that I would be down for a regrowing foot. Oh my God, cover that up. No, yeah,
Deadpool
hand.
baby foot.
I like how I boiled this down to masturbation and now it's so much worse the more that I think about it. All right, last one, Mel.
No, it's not. Oh, you're right. Except that I did some secret ones for you only.
Okay, well then I'm gonna ask this last one.
Yeah, please.
Because you have secret, you bastard. That was not the agreement here. All right. Mel, would you rather have sex in an extremely tiny convertible in the now times? Or would you rather have sex in a Dickens Times prison on a bed?
Oh my God, extremely tiny convertible. Oh my God.
Really?
Extremely tiny
Okay.
You want me to go on a mattress that soaks up Dickens Times smells?
I think it's cute they think that they have a mattress in that prison.
I mean, also fair. No, it's tiny convertible. I'll figure it out.
Really? I thought that was a harder one.
No, I don't think I really don't know that I want to do anything in Dickens Times, let alone get a mucous membrane out and rub it places. I don't know about that.
Hide the mucous membranes. All right, fair. I'm going mattressless Dickin times prison.
Okay, fair enough.
As re-listening to that episode while talking, and we were talking about the convertible and both of us being tall people and trying to get like legs up and moved around.
No, it's tough. Like it is a hard choice, but at the end of the day, it's a very simple one. You know.
All right, well, we're on two opposite sides of this. All right, so what are my
Sabrina, would you rather?
Oh God.
Found the next great VR experience, Sabrina's Christmas Time Cunt Punch Extravaganza, or found the next great candy experience, Squelchers? Which one would you like to do?
I think I'm going Squelchers.
Oh, okay.
Feels a lot more hands off.
Okay.
A lot less effort.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Yep. This one is tough because I have three choices. No, it's tough for me, not you.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't think of one to go with another one, but the other one is really easy.
So this is like the fuck, marry, kill of Would You Rather.
That's how we should do it. Here we go. Would you rather? I think it's still an easy choice for you. It's a harder choice for me. Would you rather be finger banged in an orangery?
Okay.
Be finger banged in a moving car on the way back to your crush's house?
Okay.
Or be given a foot job under the table right in front of your mafia boss?
Kill. Kill. Absolutely kill. Yeah, you're right. That's a really that's an easy option for me.
I should have, you know what I should have done? I should have put that one with Pond Scum.
Ooh, that's mean as fuck.
It is, isn't it? And that is who I am to my core. My love language is trolling.
But it's giving a foot job?
No, be given. Or, no, you know what? Giving. You can give a foot job if you want, Sabrina, if that's a harder choice for you.
No, I would give that over Pond Scum lubricant. Getting one versus Pond Scum lubricant is... I can't dissociate from that enough. Getting... What was the phrasing of the Pond Scum? Agree to use Pond Scum as lubricant only to save your Navy SEAL boyfriend from drowning through his orgasm.
Yeah.
You know what? Between that and getting a foot job, they make medicine for whatever happens with the Pond Scum lubricant, but the memories.
No, they don't make medicine for those memories.
No.
Yeah.
So I would save that Navy SEAL boyfriend from drowning.
There is not enough therapy in the universe.
The only cure for the other would be amnesia. And there's a chance I'd come back from that.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I'm going with Pond Scum lubricant. That's shocking to me. All right, what's your fuck, marry, kill for that? Would you rather, though? I'm very curious what your answers are.
Okay, I'm marrying the finger bang in an orangery, please.
Mm-hmm.
That
was also my marry.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm killing being finger banged in a moving car. That's what I'm doing. I would rather get a foot job under the table right in front of my mafia boss. I just don't see that going well. You know what I mean? Like, especially in the car they were in, it's so fast. I'm like, that's not. And the foot job is over the pants, you know? I think that's great.
Enough therapy. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're right. That one was until we made it terrible. That one was super easy for me.
Yeah.
Until Pond Scum lubricant.
Until you were the best sport in the whole wide world.
I can't believe that
That's what
I can't believe that we came up with something that would make me choose. Because, like, almost literally every single other thing on this Would You Rather list, if you put it up against Pond Scum lubricant, I'm picking the other option.
For sure.
And the fact that we came up with...
I curated it just for you. You're welcome.
Rough. Rough.
All right. The other thing we wanted to do during Podiversary is we talk about Quickies all the time, like that we do on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to give you a taste of that without regurgitating content that the patrons have already gotten.
Yeah.
So Sabrina and I are going to each do a quickie for you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be a classic quickie.
This is timed.
Yes. And like lately we've been going a little fast and loose. You know, we've been doing more quickie pluses where it's like do the book, but do it in like 45 minutes, an hour. This is going to be classic quickie, 10 minutes each. Here we go.
Domino's believes a free pizza can make just about anything better. That's why when you order online, they'll give you a delicious free Domino's emergency pizza to use in the future. Like when you're stuck late at the office, traffic was brutal, and someone ate your leftovers. When you can't catch a break, get your free Domino's emergency pizza. Domino's Rewards members can earn a free medium 2-topping pizza for use on a future order. Exclusions apply. For complete details, including how to claim and redeem this offer, visit domino's.com/emergency-pizza.
Everybody sleeps, but no two people sleep alike. At Coop Sleep Goods, we celebrate the way you sleep differently. We believe everyone deserves a great night's sleep with their own pillow. And the adjustable, customizable Coop pillow makes it easy. Whether you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, or even a starfish, we've got the perfect pillow for you. Crafted with our innovative memory foam and microfiber fill, our hypoallergenic pillows adjust to you, not the other way around. Just tailor the fill for the perfect fit. Add some in, take some out, until your pillow's just right for you. See why luxury hotels and spas worldwide feature Coop Sleep Goods and why we have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. With our 100-night risk-free trial, you've got nothing to lose, except those sleepless nights. Get 25% off your first order when you visit coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy.
Hey parents, Greenlight is here to take one big thing off your to-do list, teaching your kids about money. With a Greenlight debit card and money app of their own, kids and teens learn to earn, save, and invest. You can send money instantly, set flexible controls, and get real-time notifications of your kids' money activity. Set up chores and put allowance on autopilot to reward them for their hard work. Then, learn about the world of money together. Get 1 month free when you sign up at greenlight.com/podcast.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it, Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you ready?
Yes. Are you ready, Mel?
I am so ready.
All right. Quickie me.
All right. As you know, I've gone down a Brynn Weaver rabbit hole recently, and that eventually led me to Marrow by Trisha Wolfe and Brynn Weaver. It's a team up. It is about 2 serial killers, okay? And it's set in academia.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So we open up at an award ceremony. She is getting an award because she's like the baddest of asses, and her way of masking is to be the bubbliest and like the best. So she is getting an award for getting like 50 acres of land that the university is now using as a research body farm because they are in the criminal forensics unit, both of the characters.
The serial killers?
Yeah.
Yes! Okay.
And the person who's supposed to be presenting this is her work nemesis, Jack
Oh my God, is this an
Sorensen.
enemies to lovers?
Oh, hard. It is a hard enemies to lovers.
Okay.
So he's supposed to present this award, and she's like, he better fucking get here. But like, he's not there at this point, and time's a ticking, all right? He does not show up whatsoever. The head of the department gives her the award. And then as she's up there, she sees him in the very back of the room, like posted up by the door with a whiskey. And she's like, that fucking fucker. He couldn't even give me the tiniest modicum of respect, and I'm gonna ruin his life. Like, the very first line of the book is, by the time we're standing at the gates of damnation, Jack Sorensen will beg me to throw him to the devil. Because she's gonna ruin his fucking life, okay?
Okay.
All right. She gets the award, all is good. And then there's like this other professor that she bangs every once in a while. He's like the lame professor. His name is Brad. It's fine. And he looks like really, really squirrely. And he's like really nervous and he can't stop looking at Jack. And so she's like, he's got intel. I got to figure this out. And so she's like, I think I'm done here. Do you want to get out of here? And he's like, yeah, okay, cool. And they go back to his place.
This is loser professor?
Yes.
Okay.
They go back to his place. They bang it out. And like mid blowjob, she gets the intel from him. And that is that his grad student has discovered discrepancies at the body farm. And he's discovered that like a lot of corpses are missing their hyoid bones for like no reason. Like there's no reason that you should only be missing a hyoid bone when you get a cadaver out of the whatever. And so she is...
I know what a hyoid...
the hyoid bone. Okay, so here we go. The hyoid bone is the only...
explain it for a listener.
For listener. Is the only bone in the skeletal system that is not connected to another bone. It just exists like in tendons and muscle. And the hyoid bone...
I have a bone just floating around in my body.
Sort of, yeah. It's in your neck. And the hyoid bone is especially indicative of strangulation. Because the only way you can break a hyoid bone is via like compression or ligature strangulation or whatever, okay? You don't always break the hyoid bone, but if they did, like there was a serious neck injury. So it's referenced a lot in like crime stuff. Anyway, meanwhile, we find out that he's been tracking her. He's been following her and he watched her go into this place and bang this professor. And he's like, ugh, it's fine though, because he doesn't really care about her at all. And he never has and he never will.
Yeah, of course he doesn't. Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then he figures out that like she left out the back door in like sweats. And so he goes to find her. And when he arrives at the body farm, he hears like a sure. And he walks over because she is actively digging a hole. And he's like, what's going on over here? Looks like I'm late to the party. And she's like, actually, Jack, you're going to love this. You're exactly on time. You're exactly where I need you to be the moment I need you to be.
Is she digging his grave?
Worse for him. Instead of doing that, they have this whole conversation and it leads, the context clues she's given him leads to him saying, who's in the bag, Kiri? And then she opens her giant duffel bag and pulls out the head of that grad student who discovered the discrepancies.
Oh, so this isn't like Dexter bad people serial killers. This is
actually,
straight up.
Most of the time it actually is. She mostly goes after like date rapists and stuff.
But
when in a pickle, okay? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay.
How much time do I have left?
5 minutes.
Great. Oh,
and that's
shit.
that's including adding
fuck you.
extra time for your edit.
So here we go. Okay, so she's like, I'm setting you up for this murder. And I'm really excited about it because you suck. And like, I don't want to deal with you anymore. And he's like, what do you want from me? And she says, I want you to tell me about the first time we met. And he's like, okay. So she's still burying this body, all right? And she's like, she references squashing grapes as she like jumps on the limbs to like get them further into the silt, the wet silt. And he's like, you walked into my office. I smelled your perfume, like preceded you. He knows the brand of her perfume, but he doesn't care about her at all, and he never will. And he tells her the whole interaction, and like her heart stutters a bit. But then she's like, no. He's just like trying to get on my good side so that I will stop framing him for a really vicious murder. And I'm already down this road. I'm like, you've treated me terribly for 3 years. Yeah, you've been a douchebag for 3 years, you asshole. You've been trying to get me fired for 3 years. Like, I'm not getting brought over to your side. And then she goes, no, you're wrong. And until you can figure out when we first met, this is what we're doing. So now we go forward. They're talking about this whole situation because it turns out he started recording her villain monologue. And So now they decide to do a competition. It's called Body Farm Thunderdome. And the idea, because Brad knows too much, okay? So they have to get rid of Brad in any way necessary, but like preferably not with death because that'll just bring more heat on them. So whoever can figure out a way to get Brad gone first, either because he's too annoyed or scared or has a better opportunity, we don't care. Whoever can get Brad gone is the winner and gets to stay. And then the other person has to leave and find a new job and a new killing territory. Because 2 serial killers in one place is never a good thing.
So they know each other are serial killers.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I mean, she knew he was. He just found out she is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, oh my God.
By the way, you have 2.5 minutes.
Fuck! I hate classic Quickies! Okay. I just need to give you one example of their banter. At one point, she says, "Is this your weak attempt at seduction, Jack?" And he leans a fraction closer, his arm mere millimeters from my shoulder. "If I wanted to seduce you, I'd have you on your knees right now in the cold room with that treacherous little mouth of yours wrapped around my cock, begging me for more," he whispers. Oh! Yeah. So now so then an FBI agent arrives, an FBI guy arrives.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have to get rid of Brad and the FBI guy. It's the new bookish Thunderdome, Body Farm Thunderdome. And over the next few days, she keeps on putting pieces of Mason, like a toenail or like a testicle or whatever, in his lunch, in different parts of his lunch. And he's like, "Hey girl, what the fuck are you doing?" And she's like, "You said to dispose of the body, and digestion's a really good way to do that. So I don't know what
That's horrifying.
I don't know what you're complaining about." Okay, so now he decides to go after one of her targets in order to frame Brad for it and get him arrested and gone.
1 minute.
All I need you to know about this is that while he's killing, he can't stop thinking about her to the point that he goes absolutely bananas, ends up fighting this guy in his cold room instead of just like keeping him strapped down, and then furiously masturbating while kneeling in the victim's blood because he can't stop thinking about her. Okay? So now, yes. So no, it's even better because eventually, like, she has a flashback in front of, she has give me 5 more minutes. She has a flashback in front of him. Okay, 3. Okay, she has a flashback in front of him and he figures out that she's been through a trauma. Okay. And like, he's an acts of service guy. All right. Even though he is a psychopath. And like, he finds out that her triggers are like glass breaking and hammers and like cream colored carpets. And so after she breaks her award and the next day he replaces it with a brass one. It's really sweet.
Aww.
Anyway, while she's having this flashback, he realizes that he knows where he saw her before he thinks. And it is one of the times he killed somebody. He killed a rival serial killer while he was mid-killing. He thought all 3 people died, but the girl that got stabbed twice didn't actually die. She's here now. She changed her name. Her name is Kiri, and she got turned into a serial killer that night. And she's been stalking him since then. She came to this university so that they could be romantic or BFF or just like, friend serial killers. And then she's been pissed off that he's been rejecting her for 3 fucking years.
And he's been a dick for 3 years.
Yes! Yeah!
Okay.
So once he figured this out, he's in it to win it, okay? And now they're on the same team, except that, like, she thinks he's going to move to another university. And so she's like, he's on my team right now, but eventually he'll abandon me, obviously. Why would he stay? And he is like, I just got to get all my ducks in a row so that I can get set up. And then I'll tell her how much I, care about her and want to be with her forever. Anyway, this leads to them getting a guy, taking him up to like a crash pad. And their plan is to kill him. He grabs the guy, slits his throat. The guy's bleeding all over the floor. And then he goes over, grabs her off the couch, lays her down in the blood pool, and they fuck like crazy, okay? It is one of the best scenes of fucking in the blood of your enemies that I've ever seen in my entire life. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Not so classic Quickie style, because this is public and it's not behind the paywall. I'm not going to tell you how it ends. Plot twist. You know what I will say, though?
That's fucking rude.
No. You know what I will say? I'll say 2 things. One is she ends up like moving in with him really quick because there's a danger. He manufactures a danger. And right before he moves in, he pays triple the amount to have all of his cream-colored carpets replaced within 24 hours.
That's swoony as hell. Okay, all right, I'm in. I mean, yep. I've been in. But
I know, you've been in, absolutely. And basically, like, I just won't tell you the mechanics of, like, the final climactic thing. But it's them against somebody else, and then they win, obviously. And they go off into the distance to another university, and they get a cabin together. And like one of the last pages is him presenting his gift to her, and that is her next target and a new crossbow. And that's love.
That is love.
Is what that is.
And actually, I'm okay with you not finishing just because I want to read this now. It is so good. Listener, part of the nice thing about a quickie is that it is just enough information to like pique the interest, but not enough that I can't read the book myself. You know?
Yeah.
Like a classic quickie anyway. Because like when Mel, to be clear,
when Mel, I can't be held back.
Mel demanding 3 extra minutes on top of the minute I already gave you. So really it came out to 4 extra minutes.
How dare you?
That is classic quickie.
Yeah. No, because the other like defining factor of a quickie is the flailing. Is the like trying to figure out how to do this in enough time.
Oh no, I spent 7 of my 10 minutes on the first 20% of the book. How do I fit 80% of this book into 3 minutes? Wait, I can't. I need 5 more minutes. Wait, no, 3. There's a bargaining aspect to every classic book.
Domino's believes a free pizza can make just about anything better. That's why when you order online, they'll give you a delicious free Domino's emergency pizza to use in the future. Like when you're stuck late at the office, traffic was brutal, and someone ate your leftovers. When you can't catch a break, get your free Domino's emergency pizza. Domino's Rewards members can earn a free medium 2-topping pizza for use on a future order. Exclusions apply. For complete details, including how to claim and redeem this offer, visit domino's.com/emergency-pizza.
Everybody sleeps, but no two people sleep alike. At Coop Sleep Goods, we celebrate the way you sleep differently. We believe everyone deserves a great night's sleep with their own pillow. And the adjustable, customizable Coop pillow makes it easy. Whether you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, or even a starfish, we've got the perfect pillow for you. Crafted with our innovative memory foam and microfiber fill, our hypoallergenic pillows adjust to you, not the other way around. Just tailor the fill for the perfect fit. Add some in, take some out, until your pillow's just right for you. See why luxury hotels and spas worldwide feature Coop Sleep Goods and why we have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. With our 100-night risk-free trial, you've got nothing to lose, except those sleepless nights. Get 25% off your first order when you visit coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy.
Hey parents, Greenlight is here to take one big thing off your to-do list, teaching your kids about money. With a Greenlight debit card and money app of their own, kids and teens learn to earn, save, and invest. You can send money instantly, set flexible controls, and get real-time notifications of your kids' money activity. Set up chores and put allowance on autopilot to reward them for their hard work. Then, learn about the world of money together. Get 1 month free when you sign up at greenlight.com/podcast.
All right, give me a quickie.
All right, I'm prepared. Let me give you a little bit of context. My time's gonna start. I already know when my time is starting, so I'm just gonna give you some context that I got by Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I got by Facebook. I'm in a Silver Fox era right now. I have been devouring KC Crown books like it is, in fact, my job, which it is not. It's not podcast job. It's not real life personal job.
Right. We've all been there, you know.
And go. So, unfortunately, this is the last book in a 19-book series.
Holy shit balls.
It is definitely one of those series where like every book is a different, like, it can be read as a standalone. Some of them more than others. So this one is Sexting the Silver Fox by KC Crown.
Yep.
The series is Silver Fox Daddies.
Okay.
Storygraph's a liar. At some point, I will be going in and fixing this on
because you are an
Storygraph.
editor now.
I am a librarian. But it says that it's book number 1, and it's a fucking liar.
Wow.
But, so we have setting the stage. We have Jason. We have Aubrey. Aubrey works at a private school, I think.
Great.
They live in Chicago. He is her new landlord. He bought her building. And she goes to bitch at him because it's the dead of winter and the heat isn't working. And so she goes into his office and she is like, what the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. All of these things need to be fixed. And he's like, okay. And he is already he immediately identifies her as a sexy woman.
Nice.
He's like 40s, I think. And she's like in her 20s. And because this is an age gap romance.
Obviously.
And he has a child. The child is very cute. And he gives her his number because he's like, any issues that you have, because he immediately identifies her as a sexy woman, obviously. And he gives her his card and he's like, any issues, then let me know. And that night, she thought he was a super sexy man. And so she does draft a text message after a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And then she's jacking off thinking about him and accidentally knocks her phone off of the couch.
Okay.
And her sext.
No.
Got sent to him.
No.
And the next morning she wakes up and she's like, oh my God, what happened last night? And then she sees a text message from him. And she's like, oh no, I forgot about that.
What have I done?
And she opens it and it says, tell me more. So they start sexting.
Yeah.
And it's hot. It's great. And then they embark on this sexual escapade. He's always worried about her being too cold, and so like he starts showing up to her house, like her apartment, to like keep her warm. And,
I mean,
like,
it is a Chicago winter, and it sounds like he's a slumlord.
And like, so he bought the property from a slumlord, and he's fixing everything.
Got it.
And so, then we find out that she's in hiding. She is a part of this big fancy New York Bratva family. And she was going to be married off to her father's second in command.
Okay.
Who's like a gazillion years old, way older than her silver fox daddy, who's, 20 years older than her.
Yeah. Everybody has limits, Sabrina, okay?
Also, he's hot. And she hates being a part of this mafia family. And so she does escape and run off to Chicago, which is owned by a different Bratva family, and they're both against each other.
Yeah.
And
rival
she's
families.
in hiding. She has her name changed and everything, and so she's in hiding, and she's with him. And like they're not putting labels on it, but they're like together, and they do all of these things, and then he can tell she's hiding something, but she won't tell him what.
Obviously.
And she's being stalked. And so obviously when somebody tries to steal her away, she decides that it's time for her to make her great escape, but he doesn't want to let her go. So obviously she has to move into his penthouse.
I mean, it's the only place she'll be safe.
Obviously, not one of the other places he owns, but his penthouse, obviously. So she does. And now they're living together. And his kid is like, who is this? And he's like, he sends his kid, but by the way, she's like a kindergarten teacher or something. And so like she gets along with his kid like swimmingly.
Do we know how old kid is?
Kid is young. The kid is young enough to need a nanny.
Okay.
And so he does ship his kid and his nanny off to family in Nebraska.
Oh.
To be safe.
Sure.
Because
and so that he can be more rambunctious with his sex friend.
Well, I mean, he's pretty good at keeping her quiet with that aforementioned hand over the mouth situation. Interesting. Yeah, they're all a little bit over the top, possessive, dominant men. It's pretty. Yeah,
okay.
That's what's happening. It's pretty fabulous.
That's the flavor we're going with.
Yeah. Just dominant silver fox daddies. It's fine. But no calling daddy. These are literal daddies, right? But he's like, call me sir, and like she's into it. And there's like some spanking. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in this series because it hits a couple of certain things in every single book with like laying over the lap and some spanking and some jumping and you're my girl and a little bit taboo. There's a three of the ones that I've read so far. It's her ex's dad or her dad's best friend, which like, yeah. So anyway, Kid is safe. Her dad ends up finding her. Turns out her two brothers, who are next in line to take over the New York Bratva, have always known where she was. But because they knew that she wanted out so badly, they didn't tell her dad because her dad has a price on her head, basically. And the guy that she was supposed to marry actually has a kill order out on her. And so they're like, we'll just let her hide. It's fine. And then she ends up calling them. They come to help her. And then her dad finds out where she is. And so he shows up and he's like, you're coming with me. And so he like takes her from him and hides her in this big fancy hotel. He is distraught and he's trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I get back the love of my life? But also, like, I don't know what to do. She's been hiding these things. She put me and my kid at risk and blah, blah, blah. And I can't decide how I feel about this because he hasn't admitted that he loves her yet. Sure. And all of these feelings. And turns out he's an ex-military guy. And in the military, he was a sniper. And so he's like, I'm about to go fucking take my woman back. Because then she gets kidnapped by the Chicago Bratva. And he is a monster. Okay. He is like, I'm
Rival
going
Bratva?
to...
Or
yes.
daddy?
Yes, rival Bratva.
Okay.
Because the rival Bratva is like, I will trade your daughter's life in exchange for a toehold in New York. Because New York is originally our stomping ground too. And we want to come home. And it's been like 100 years. And so the dude, Jason... Silver Daddy Fox Sexy Man.
Yep.
Goes to his Irish mafia buddy.
Oh, no.
He's like, I need intel. And Irish mafia man is like, okay, but like we've been friends for a long time. But if I give you this intel, you can never tell anybody where it came from and we can no longer interact. We can never be friends again. And he's like, because he's like, if I get outed as a snitch, it's all over. Like, if they find out you got the information from me, and he's like, worth it. This is the love of my life. Whoa. So then he and her dad are on the same side now because when she gets taken, her dad is like, I need his help because I know that he's a sniper boy. And so he goes and gets her help. And so they go to get her. And
a mafia man couldn't possibly source a sniper anywhere else.
No, absolutely not. Obviously not. So he's so upset because he's like, I can't believe that I have to kill again. I swore that this was all behind me, but I'm going to do it for my woman. And so he's like watching from afar and he can hear through the earpiece. And this is when he finds out she's pregnant with his child. And he's like mad at her dad. And he ends up shooting the Bratva Chicago boy. Yeah. He dies and he has the worst body people in the world. I deserve 30 extra seconds, Melody.
You can have 30 extra seconds.
And because they all go scrambling because they weren't with him for loyalty, they were with him for money. And so he gets shot and he's dying. And then he ends up, her dad is like, you're coming with me, lady. And he's like, no, she's not. And he shoots her dad in the leg. And then there's a lot of conflicting feelings because he goes and grabs her and saves her life and they're in love and he's so excited to be a dad again because he loves her so much and he can't wait to raise a family with her. And then the dad gives up and he's like, okay, fine. And then in the epilogue, they're together and it's the wedding and she hasn't heard from her father. Oh, because her brother took over. Her brother held a gun on her dad and was like, you give me the reins, you retire because you're fucking it all up. So now her brother's in charge and her dad's under house arrest. And at the wedding, her father isn't there and she was sad because he's not there and her brother's gonna walk her down the aisle and then her dad shows up and he's like, I'm so sorry for having been a terrible father. I made so many mistakes. I made so many mistakes. And she's crying and he's having Bratva feelings.
Sure.
Which means bury him down deep.
Yep.
and he loves his grandchild. I think she has twins in this one.
What?
And they get married and they're in love and they're together forever.
They are. That's how it goes.
And he buys her a school.
Wowee.
The end.
That was an excellent quickie, Sabrina. Good
I only went a minute
job.
over.
You went 90 seconds over. Thank you very much.
Listener, notice how I don't, with 2 minutes left, notice how I don't say, I need 5 more minutes. I just, at 30 seconds, I'm like, I get 30 more seconds, and then I blow over it like a fucking freight train.
Because she knows I'm a pushover, and I will give her the minutes.
Hang on. I'm a pushover because 2 minutes left, and you're like, I need 5 more minutes. That means you have 7 more minutes, and 90% of the time, I'm like, okay, you can have it.
That's true.
It's delightful though. It's been a very fun little rabbit hole to go down. And I didn't realize that I hadn't started at the beginning until I was reading. Hang on, because these book names are just
I'm
so
sure. Sexting the Silver Fox is an iconic title.
It's pretty great.
While you're looking at it, do you want to hear how they get to their first kiss really quickly? She's giving him lip, and he says,
Listener. This
She's
is a new...
coming after him.
Okay.
And he says, you're playing with fire. And then she says, oh, I highly doubt that. Jack Sorensen could never get hot. Her leg slips between mine. Her thigh grazes my cock. Her breath catches at the feel of my rock-hard erection. You're too fucking cold. I trap her throat in a brutal clutch and force her back against the body locker. A sharp breath escapes her lips as I capture her mouth with mine.
That is a good one.
Yeah! Am I right? Or am I right?
Did you just witness that sneaky little just slide in?
I had to make sure that listener was entertained while you were looking for your title.
So, Sexting the Silver Fox is the most recent in this series.
Okay.
Then, the next one I read is Sold to My Ex's Dad. It was.
What?
Good. It was great. By the way, Sold to My Ex's Dad is book 18. And like the entire time I'm reading both of those, I was like,
how did this not break your brain? Because you didn't know?
I didn't know.
Oh my God.
I didn't know, but I had inklings, right? But it wasn't super obvious. It wasn't super obvious until the flight back from England when I'm reading My Ex-Boyfriend's Dad, which is the second book in the series. And then this Silver Fox and his awfully young wife and their newborn baby shows up on page. And I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. I've had that inkling for a minute. And now I suspect that I've picked up, and then I did look, and I was upset.
Yeah.
So I did immediately fix this.
Yeah, obviously, you have to.
And lots of My Ex's Dad, which, like, I haven't read a whole lot of that, and I love it. Especially when those dads are, like, having that moment in their head, because these are all dual point of view. And like, maybe this is wrong of me, but every time those dads are like, I don't know how to feel about the fact that I'm fucking the same woman my son did. And I'm like, yeah, feel that angst that you're sticking it in the same place. I didn't know that about myself, but I'm learning it about myself, that when they have that moment of, I can't believe that I'm fucking the same person. Especially when she's like, nobody's ever fucked me so good. And they're like, man, my son's really dropping the ball. My son's dropping the ball on like pleasuring a woman. What do you mean no one's ever gone down on you? Bad son. I'm like, yes, feel that inner turmoil.
Yes. Oh my God.
And then there's Daddy's Orders. Then there's Dr. Daddy.
Okay.
And then there's going to be his demands. And then the arrangement. And then Dark Prince.
Oh.
And then we're back to Sold to My Ex's Dad. So I've done the full circle. I think all of these are Sebastians. All of them are just, they're so sad.
They're so broken.
They're so broken. And they're so gruff. So many of them frown as a part of their ensemble. Like, they're so frowny. They're so grouchy. They're just grouchy silver fox daddies. And I'm into it.
Yep. Into it.
Oh, God, that inner turmoil of the fact that they're fucking the same woman their son did. I love, like, maybe that's officially on pod, I guess now. Maybe that's next year's Kink Watch. I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm so into it.
All right, listener, thank you for celebrating our Podiversary with us. It's been 7 years and 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us.
I hope you loved it. We loved it, and we love you.
Melody.
Congratulations to you, Sabrina. And thank you, listener.
Thank you, listener.
Like,
we literally couldn't have done any of this without y'all.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, you are what make the podcast, and I'm so thankful for you, and I find you to be very entertaining and wonderful. So
Agreed. By the way, I do have a modification to my Would You Rather request for listener, though.
Okay.
I would like to hear your answers to all of these things, but what I actually want to hear is your two least favorite up against each other.
Ooh.
And then your answer. That's what I want. I want your foot job versus pond scum lubricant. Listener.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Should we post the spreadsheet somewhere?
Yes.
Should we post it in the cult, maybe?
Yep. We will be posting this in the cult, and we would, you know what? We're going to post this in the cult, listener, these Would You Rathers, and then feel free to put your reasonings in there, because we're going to read them out loud on the Embrace episode.
Yes, because, hey, y'all, there are 10 weeks until the Embrace, okay? So we've been getting emails recently of people completing their embraces, and they are getting embraced as we go. Get excited about this embrace.
I don't know why I'm always shocked by the steady
I know.
march of time.
I know. Yeah. So, you know,
get that embrace in. Go answer these Would You Rathers. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, and the reasoning. Oh my God, I'll die.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Keep being a badass. And
love yourself as much as you love an ensemble with a frown.
Yes. And love yourself as much as I've loved the last year of this podcast.
Well, yeah, fine. Be super cute and sweet and loving to pod and listener.
But frowns as well. Don't forget them.
Frowns.
Bye. Y'all, thank you for listening and celebrating with us this week. Next week, we will be back with a couple of Halloween novellas, so put your spooky pants on, all right? Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by our resident HB author, Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That small action is a huge help in growing the show, and it makes our day every time. If you want to get in touch for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomespodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram @heavingbosoms, on TikTok @heaving_bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cults. See you Monday.
Domino's believes a free pizza can make just about anything better. That's why when you order online, they'll give you a delicious free Domino's emergency pizza to use in the future. Like when you're stuck late at the office, traffic was brutal, and someone ate your leftovers. When you can't catch a break, get your free Domino's emergency pizza. Domino's Rewards members can earn a free medium 2-topping pizza for use on a future order. Exclusions apply. For complete details, including how to claim and redeem this offer, visit dominos.com/emergency-pizza.
Everybody sleeps, but no two people sleep alike. At Coop Sleep Goods, we celebrate the way you sleep differently. We believe everyone deserves a great night's sleep with their own pillow. And the adjustable, customizable Coop pillow makes it easy. Whether you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, or even a starfish, we've got the perfect pillow for you. Crafted with our innovative memory foam and microfiber fill, our hypoallergenic pillows adjust to you, not the other way around. Just tailor the fill for the perfect fit. Add some in, take some out, until your pillow's just right for you. See why luxury hotels and spas worldwide feature Coop Sleep Goods and why we have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. With our 100-night risk-free trial, you've got nothing to lose, except those sleepless nights. Get 25% off your first order when you visit coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy.
Hey parents, Greenlight is here to take one big thing off your to-do list, teaching your kids about money. With a Greenlight debit card and money app of their own, kids and teens learn to earn, save, and invest. You can send money instantly, set flexible controls, and get real-time notifications of your kids' money activity. Set up chores and put allowance on autopilot to reward them for their hard work. Then learn about the world of money together. Get 1 month free when you sign up at greenlight.com/podcast.